Welcome to the Hank Cisco Show. Don't touch that remote, ladies and gentlemen. Got a great look. If you live in Montgomery County, or if you have any intentions of visiting Montgomery County, then you should know who's running this county, who's making it safe, who's making it clean. The commissioners, the district attorney, the police department, all these departments. So Montgomery County is one of the nicest counties. I've had very opportunity to travel around the country when I was a police officer and the district attorney's office. And I'll tell you, other counties throughout this country are not like Montgomery County. Their prisons, their juvenile detentions, everything is good. So we'll be proud to be a resident of Montgomery County. So, you know, that don't come from the sky. It comes from people with leadership. And we have leaders now in the county commissioner's office. And we have one of them here. And we have a female. Wow. You know, against two men. You know, but the two strong guys, Shapiro and Castor. So tell us who you are and tell me something about yourself. Come on.
Sure. Hank, it's great to be here. And you're right.
Leslie?
I'm Leslie Richards. I'm the Vice Chair of the Montgomery County Board of Commissioners. I've been here for a little over 2 years now in this role. I've lived in the county for nearly 20 years.
Where'd you come from? You were?
I live in White Marsh Township. Yes, I've been here.
I know the chief of police over there. Great guy.
He is a great guy. He is a great guy. And I was a local supervisor in White Marsh first, and I actually
you were supervisor there?
I actually appointed the chief, Chief
Beatty, right now. Commissioners, but
we have 5 supervisors in White Marsh, and that was my first taste of public
White Marsh.
service.
Yeah. Okay. So now you're a commissioner, Montgomery County.
Yes.
Go.
As I said, I ran. I'm in my first term. Just started the 3rd year of a 4-year term. I am loving it. My background's in planning and transportation, and there's a lot of planning and transportation.
Right. Okay, that's important.
Items.
You know about bridges too, right?
I know a lot about bridges. I helped fix them for over 20 years. I'm still helping fix them.
You got something going on now. The county has something going on about bridges. Tell me about that.
Yeah, well, when we came in, first of all, the county owns a large amount of bridges, 133 bridges, a lot of bridges for a county to own.
Wow.
And nearly half of them, 62, are structurally deficient. So they need help, and they need to be able to handle cars, how much they weigh nowadays, emergency vehicles, and they're heavy. So we did a whole inventory of our bridges, and in the past, they've been ignored. It's not the most glamorous thing to fix a bridge, but we knew when we came in that's something that we're paying attention to. So we have a very aggressive schedule, and we are decreasing the number of structurally deficient bridges. We borrowed money. We're taking care of our bridges. They're in good hands. We restructured our department that handles it.
There was a lady who was on a bus, and she walked up to the bus driver. He says, "Bus driver, does this bus go over the bridge?" He says, "Lady, if it don't, it's going to be a heck of a splash." Oh, it's a Social Security joke. You'll get it when you're 65. I just threw that in there, okay?
Yes.
Now, tell me something about your family. Okay.
Okay. So we've lived in White Marsh for 20 years. It's the first home my husband and I bought when we got married. Ira is my husband.
What's his name?
Ira.
All right. And what's he do?
He's an attorney. He is with a firm in Philadelphia,
Oh.
and he's done some work out this way as well. We have 3 kids. My oldest is 18. My
What's his
son,
name?
Ben.
Ben.
Yeah.
My father's name is Ben.
It's a good, strong name. Benjamin is his
Benjamin.
name as well, and he's named after his grandfather.
Benjamin, that's a great name. Ben.
Runs in our family.
Ben Gazzaro, remember him?
I do.
TV.
I do remember him.
Right. I like that name, Ben.
Yeah, so our son Ben is a senior in high school. My daughter Sophie is a freshman.
Sophie? My sister-in-law's named Sophie. She married Sophie Ruttman, Jewish, she married Italian, Well, that was like gasoline and matches,
Well, similar. Love of food, love of tradition.
She could make spaghetti better than my paisanos.
And then our youngest is Rebecca.
Rebecca.
And she's in 7th grade.
There was a movie's named Rebecca.
Yes.
Well, you get all these names, I like that, a variety.
Yeah.
You don't have a Doe and John and Jean.
No, all good. And our youngest is a 7th grader over at Colonial Middle School.
Oh, that's good. All right, now, why would you, you're not a great big, when I watch you on that, on the channels, watching the commission's meetings, you're still on the one side, and you got these 2 guys beside. What got you involved in politics?
Well, I started volunteering in my community, helping with Community Day. I ran the prize booth and the pony rides for the very first White Marsh Township Day back in 1999. Always loved being a part of my community, and always felt that the best part is to participate. Then I joined my Park and Rec board. I chaired that board through a comprehensive park plan, looked at all of our parks and our services for our seniors, for our kids.
You know, that's what you're doing here. It's get to know people. And you know, if you're going to be in politics, you got to want to know about people, because you're going to be serving the people.
Absolutely.
It's the same thing with a policeman. You know, I put 24 years with Norristown and 13 in the county thing, and I thought, well, I'm like a servant, you know. I didn't take the job to go around and arrest anybody. I'm going to arrest them if they do something wrong, okay? So it's the same thing here. You have a good foundation about people, because if you come in from Hong Kong, Yokohama, or someplace out in the wilderness,
right,
and all of a sudden you become a politician, you just don't have it. I mean, I don't know. So that's what I like when I ask somebody their background, about their family, about their community, what they can. That's important.
Yeah. Well, I've always loved communities. I've always loved what makes a neighborhood, what makes neighbors click, you know, what makes your community special. And obviously in Montgomery County, so many communities, they're all very different, and they're all unique, and they all have special qualities, and that's what I really love about my job.
Right, right. Now, what else you got on the front burner here for the county?
Well, the front burner, our planning commission right now is doing their comprehensive plan. They only do it every 10 years.
A comprehensive plan. Go ahead.
For the county. So every 10 years they put a plan together. They look to see how they want to develop, how they want to help businesses, how they want to deal with transportation, jobs, economic development.
Is this individual communities you touch base with?
Absolutely. So we go out, we have a steering committee, we have diverse stakeholders, we have public meetings. Again, it gets done every 10 years, and it looks out every 25 years. So right now we're looking to see how Montgomery County is going to move forward into 2040 for the next 25 years. This plan will have the most public input we've ever had because of social media, because of the way we can use the internet.
You're going to pick up ideas?
Absolutely. We've had, I believe, 4 to 5 public meetings in all different geographic areas. We were out in Pennsburg, we're out in Lansdale, we were out in Willow Grove. Seeing how people feel about their communities and what's important.
Right.
And what we really came back with is people love living in Montgomery County, and what do they want to see?
Well, you know, Montgomery County's big, okay, but like here, the problems of Norristown a lot different than maybe up in Southford or someplace. So it's the same thing with a police officer. His police work is a lot different up there than it is down here, okay? So that's what's good, that you're going around rather than putting out a plan, sitting in the courthouse and making a plan without knowing what's out there.
Absolutely.
So you're going out there and get the input for the people.
We're going out there. People are, we're talking to people. They're filling out surveys. They're going on our website, giving us input. We've had thousands of residents give us input on this plan. We have, as I said, a steering committee made up of private sector, public sector, farmers, educators, nonprofit boards in the county, from all over the county, giving their input. And we should have a draft of the plan by the end of the year.
The county commissioners got beat up a little bit when they were talking about selling some of the property, but it turned out that the best thing happened.
Well, yeah, we didn't know what we were going to find. You know, we figured we would be out. We're open to ideas. We're always open to ideas. People call us up with ideas all the time, and we explore them. Whether it's public-private partnerships, whether it's looking at what we own. It was very clear when we came in that we own a lot of things. And we wanted to take a look at what should county government really be doing, and maybe what should other people with different skill sets and different companies that have different specialties be doing. So that's what we took a look at, and there are certain things that we should own, and then there's certain things that maybe we're not the best landlord. I mean, county government should not be a landlord without other, without other strings attached to it.
Even Philadelphia Archdiocese is doing it now. They're selling a lot of their properties. They have a couple of cemeteries. They're turning them made it independent. There's another building that they own, another church and stuff. You know, things change, and people are afraid of change. There's nothing wrong with change as long as you change the right thing.
Right. I've never been afraid of change, so
No.
that's good. And so we took a look
No.
at things and whether it makes sense for a sale leaseback, whether it makes sense for a sale. That way the county only pays for the space we use, and we don't have to worry about the maintenance of a building and taking care of a building. And it's best in the hands of somebody who does that professionally, and that's
Well,
all they do.
I'll tell you something about change. I'm a former boxer, okay? Now, if I'm boxing and I cut my right hand down here and I'm getting hit in the chin, I got to change it. I'm going to put my hand up here and block it. So
Absolutely.
I'm not going to keep it down here. I'm going to change it. I'm going to put it up here and block it.
I'll tell you one thing you don't know about me. You think I'm, up there with two strong guys, but I played rugby in college. So at any time, I could take either of them down.
But yeah, that's good.
I know how to tackle, and they know I know how to tackle.
You know, hey, you know what? I don't want to get into another thing, but I'll give an opportunity for somebody who wants to come back about bullying. You know, I think if everybody learns how to defend themselves, there won't be no, you send me all the bullies, and I have another bully to bullied, and you'll see. I had a boxing team when I was with the Northtown Police, and the guy thought he was tough. You know, sometimes these guys, they dress tough, they talk tough, you know, and they look tough, but they can't even lick a postage stamp. So when the time comes, let somebody, okay, you want around beating up it? I got somebody that'll fight you, and then, they don't want to fight. No, they don't want to fight fair. See, they want to dress tough and act tough, and So bullying is something, if everybody learns how to defend themselves, they won't have to, I don't want you to be on the defense all the time.
Good
but
advice.
that's another thing. I don't want everybody around beating everybody up, but learn how to defend yourself, okay? A good right hand. That part, this part, up, over, right? Oh, well, you get me all upset up here. So, and they're talking about boxing. I don't know if we're, but I refereed and I boxed. And I remember guys used to walk around with the signs, round 1, round 2. Now they have all these girls with bikinis. I mean, they don't have hardly any clothes on. And I'm going to make a protest. I'm going to call a boxing man. I don't think that these girls should be walking around half nude in the middle of a round. I'm watching a fight. All of a sudden, I get this scratch of a girl walking there, shaking her butt and all. I don't think that's right. Now, if they want to go around, let her put boxing trunks on.
I'm with you on that, Hank. I'm right with you.
I watched that Connecticut basketball.
UConn.
Right.
Great game.
And then girls wore, and they were not sexy things. They didn't wear shorts that half of their butt showing. But that was a great thing. Connecticut, Northtown guy.
Yeah, very exciting. Very exciting.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, now, you are a commissioner, right? You're vice chairman. Now, what power do you have?
Well, the three of us govern the county. So the power, ideas come, and there's a great respect of the other commissioners, the three of us. We don't always agree on everything.
No.
But we do respect each other, and we hear each other out. So I know every time I have an idea, my two fellow commissioners will listen to me, and we'll see if it's a good move.
I've had both of them here, and they all, they say almost the same thing you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, if 3 people are going to think alike, talk alike, 2 are unnecessary.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't need the other 2, so the 3 that you need,
And we both have very different backgrounds,
Good.
So my background's in planning and transportation, economic development. Bruce Castor, as you know, former DA, DA, law enforcement. And then Josh Shapiro has a great background in state government, understands funding, social services. Between the 3 of us, we cover everything that the county government does.
I'm very much satisfied, and I don't hear anybody complain. Well, look, somebody's going to complain. I have to get back to my mom would say, all sunshine makes deserts. Now, if you're going to have all sunshine all the time, you're going to be out in the Sahara Desert. Nobody's out there. If you want a beautiful garden, you have to have a little rain, a little snow, and a beautiful garden will grow. So the 3 commissioners, lightning, thunder,
you got it.
Everything, boom, and then you have a beautiful, and things will develop, and the people are going to benefit.
Yes.
Now, you've been very outspoken about helping communities, and I know you've been involved with Northtown. Tell me some of the things that could be done, will be done, should be done. What do you think?
Sure. So one of the first things we did when we came in, with my commissioners, fellow commissioners' support, is I set up monthly meetings with Norristown. We meet with the borough manager and various elected officials and staff on a monthly basis. So right now, the relationship between the county and Norristown is very good. We are on the same page.
Right.
We're helping them with some public safety initiatives. We're helping them with some nighttime activities. We're helping them attract businesses into Norristown.
Well, that's number one, okay. Now, my father had a shoemaker shop. I shine shoes on Main Street. My brother had a tap room, so I know about business in Norristown and all.
Right.
But I think the meters they have in Norristown, they should take them out. They're chasing people out. They're no good. They're, the problem. $30 for $20 fine, $28, come on now. Norristown is a county seat, and it shouldn't be something where, and I think parking is a big thing. We have a big parking garage, SEPTA. We have another parking garage on Main Street. We got to bring the businesses in town.
Absolutely.
And having the meters that are chasing people out, don't know how to work the thing, $2 for, they have to put $2 in to go mail a letter. Come on.
Right.
Now, get rid of them.
It's a good point, and I will bring it up at our next meeting.
You have to, the parking is so important. We want to bring people into the community.
Bring people in, and you want them to stay. And you don't want them to be on a time limit when they're here. So I'm also on the SEPTA board. Things we're working on for SEPTA, we're trying to bring more frequent service into Norristown, 30-minute service during the day, not just at peak periods, so people can come in and they can get out.
We are a gem. We're for historic stuff. You got the Columbus Monument out there. Okay, you've got a lot of different things. I had Dr. Grafey, who was a doctor that now she's at Lacanau now, I think now, but she was at Montgomery Hospital, and she was on a show. We're talking about cancer. There was more cancer in the southeastern part of Pennsylvania than any place in the United States. I couldn't believe it. I said, why do we have a lot of people have cancer in this area? I have it 2 times, prostate and the colon, So that's why on the 17th of May, there's going to be a walk.
Absolutely.
And that bell over here is a fire bell that I got from the fire engine before they closed up. And it's going to be great. Nice walk for cancer. But that's what we got to do. The community has to, you're meeting with these people to find out what's what. And I think that the community has to get more involved. But the community needs a place to park.
It's an issue, obviously, in Norristown. And what the county feels very strongly about is that we want the communities, Norristown, our other municipalities, to become the communities that they want to be. We don't have any foregone, any pre-decided decisions, and that's why we like to move, to work alongside them to see what their goals are, and then how can we help them achieve their goals.
You've got Gettysburg, Philadelphia, Norristown in between. A gem. Let's put it together. We got it. We got transportation. We got a bike trail. We got P&W. Got a railroad, 422, 222. We got everything.
We're just weeks away from reopening the Schuylkill River Trail right along Norristown.
That's good.
Lafayette Street connector.
Thing is, down there, down at the east end of town, you're starting to move at their extension to the turnpike.
Absolutely.
Tell me about that.
We've been working on it. Wherever we go, everyone knows it's a priority for us. We need access to the turnpike. We're doing a study along the entire turnpike in Montgomery County on every single exit, whether it's Willow Grove, Fort Washington, you go out to Valley Forge. We have some aging commercial centers there, office parks that really need some TLC. Okay. So we're looking to see how we can help them with jobs, how we can help our employers do what they need to do, and we're taking a good look at it. The turnpike here is used very differently than across the state. We use it as a commuter road. I'm on the turnpike weekly, if not daily, and I think that's how people get on and off, and that's why it's so key to have one in Norristown.
You're on a committee here with
Delaware Valley Regional Planning
Tell me
Commission.
about that.
Yeah, so Delaware Valley Regional Planning Commission is the metropolitan organization. Each area of counties has a metropolitan organization that helps plan regionally. That means looking not just up until the Montgomery County borders, but Bucks, Delaware, Chester, Philadelphia, and Montgomery County, as well as New Jersey. And we work on regional issues. Transportation is the main one we work on together. So the new transportation bill in Pennsylvania, that's going to be bringing $2.6 billion into our economy, $1.6 billion coming into this region specifically. And the Delaware Valley Regional Planning Commission decides which projects get paid and where the funding goes.
All right, here's what I want to do. You don't live in Norristown, but you got to go to the courthouse. So when you drive around and you see, I was a good friend of Mayor Rizzo. In fact, I was one of his pallbearers. And he wanted me to run for mayor in Norristown, and also I was deciding, I thought, he passed away, he didn't, you know. And he says, Hank, if you want to become mayor, you keep the town safe and you keep it clean. Now, that's one thing we're going to do in Norristown. For some reason, there's an image that, you know, it's this, that. But Norristown is the county seat, and people come here. It's not like any other town. They come here. Before, we had three hospitals. Now we don't have any, you know. But people come here for the courthouse and whatever, lawyers and all. So you riding around and you see where the street is all dirty or something, pick up the phone and call up the administrator and say, you know, I just went by there. Who's in charge of cleaning up certain street? You'd be surprised, you know, you're going to get some action.
Absolutely, and we're working with Norristown on that. We have our Sheriff's Department, our DA, along with the Norristown Police Department. We're working with the new manager.
Right.
And there's actually going to be an exciting announcement in the next couple weeks on that
initiative.
Tell me now.
Don't tell me now.
I will not, but it will be. Just
keep
your ears open.
All right, okay. It's going to be, say it without announcing. You're going to have a nice thing.
Something exciting will be announced in the for Norristown.
For Norristown, okay.
It will be a Norristown County collaborative effort working on the issues that you just talked about. Safety, about visible presence of safety professionals, as well as cleaning up the streets.
Do you know that they had a ceremony in Harrisburg, and they announced that Hank Cisco is the only ambassador in the United States? The only one in the United States. Can I believe that? So now I'm
You're
the
unique,
ambassador.
Hank. You're unique.
Right. I got my friends in Italy, you know, like I said, hey, I'm an ambassador. Oh, my goodbye. But no, it's an honor. I really not. It was a joke before, but now people really take it serious, and I take it serious too.
You do a great job.
Anytime they're going to have a grand opening or something, that's what I was saying. You're having a new store coming in or something, ribbon cutter. Let people know people are moving in.
I don't know if you remember, the first time I met you was at the ribbon cutting at the Columbus Monument over in Elmwood Park.
Yeah.
We were very excited with the infusion of cash. Yeah, Pat Mascara.
Pat Mascara is working on that now. And talk about Pat Mascara, his brother Frank passed away, so he's doing a benefit for not a benefit, is trying to get 1,000 people to donate blood. He's going to have a blood drive for Frank Mascara.
Great.
And so it's going to be in September, but they want people to sign up. So if you just call Mascara's company, and they'll tell you more details on it. You'll see more. I'm going to have him on the show.
I know he played a big role in
the community-minded guy, and his brother passed away, and then for his memorial, he wants 1,000 people to donate blood. That's a great idea, you know. So we're working on that. And same thing with the walk. When I first said, the reason why they started a walk once when I first got cancer, they told me you had to get this, you had to get that, and Norristown didn't have, Montgomery Hospital didn't have that machine to zero in. They call it the MIRT or something, you know. I said, why don't we? Because they can't afford it. So we put a disk drive on, you know. And so they told me, well, you have to go to Fox Chase. They have that machine where it zeroes in right there. Whereas the machine here they have here, sometime it damages around. I said, well, I'm going to die. I'll die in Norristown. Why don't I go to Fox Chase, you know? So as a result of that, fundraiser, they got the machine, everything, got the latest things. Now Einstein jumped in both feet. We're moving along.
That's great.
We talk about Montgomery County, and you're one of the leaders.
Yeah. Well, look at what you've been able to do. One person, what you've been able to do here for Norristown, with help of a lot of others. That's how I feel.
You know what my mom said? Do good and forget. Do bad and regret. Right?
Yeah.
Give me one liner. Which one do you like?
Oh, of the ones that you that
All right,
we were
let me see.
discussing before.
Cisco's words of wisdom.
I like the never set sails in the middle of a
Never
storm.
set sails in the middle of a storm. Now that, you know, a lot of times a big argument. I mean, I come from a family, you know, 4 brothers, 4 sisters, a brother and father, grandfather and my cousin, all lived in one house, one toilet, okay? And there were some arguments, you know, but you calm down. When everybody calms down, and then you talk.
Right.
Because if you talk with everybody, you're setting sails, and the sails are going to get blown away. All right.
Yeah.
Now,
Wise
something
words.
here. Let's do that here. If you want to walk on water, you got to know where the rocks are, okay? So if you want to walk on water, you got to know right. So I'm going to get to know the people, get to know your chairman and your politicians, your community, your chiefs of police. Get to know people, you know. If you want to walk on water, you got to know where the rocks are. Okay. Now, our half hour is over. Leslie,
Hank, it's been great.
what do you want to say?
It's great.
You want to say
Thanks for all you do. I'm a huge fan of Norristown, and everywhere I go, everyone tells me all the great things you've been doing. You're able to grab people together.
I'm 90 years old. I'm not going to.
Well, you've been around a while.
90, you know. So
it's all good. You've seen
I'm
the
just
ups
so
and downs of the
proud
community.
the commissioners, the way you're working together. That's
Thanks.
good. And I don't want to say, oh, they're all working together good. No, I don't want to hear that all the time. You want to hear Leslie's going to say, wait a minute, okay? Let's do it. Yeah, that's what we want to hear. You know, because like I said, we'll go right back. All sunshine makes deserts. So we want a little fire.
There is a little fire there, and it's
do-
working well right now.
You know, you punch, right? You punch to the stomach and the head dies in boxing. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for allowing us to come in here. And I hope you got something out of this conversation. And don't forget the walk on May 17th and also the blood drive for Mascara. And Leslie, I'm so proud of you, you know, and the first time you had on your TV, but you were there before you were commissioner, you came around. So I want to thank you very much.
Well,
okay?
thank you so much, Hank. Thanks for having me here.
Now, what we do, we say here in Italian, al saluto, to your health.
To your health.
Right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Allow us to come in your home, and may God bless each and every one. And for my Hispanic friends, adios, comido, amigos. And for my Italian friends, e gombari, si wassanari, si zona lo viscoletto. That's it.
Nicely done. Lots of fun, Hank.